Hey YouTubers, this is Billy Wildman, and just in time for October, I'm back. A lot has happened over the past few months. As you can see, my spouse and I have moved into a new house, and I just made this room my own personal, very own studio. So yeah, there's been a lot of moving and unpacking, keeping us busy, and there's still more to be done. But now that it's October, it's time to watch horror movies, and it's time for me to upload a brand new video. So tonight I'm going to be watching one I remember from my childhood that I never actually got to watch because at the time it aired on Saturday Nightmares on the USA Network. Back in the 1980s, I was too young to actually watch it. So my parents didn't let me, and they really monitored what I watched pretty closely. But I did see previews, and I remember even seeing the box for this movie at the video store. So tonight's movie is called The Evil, and it stars Richard Crenna, and it's also known as House of Evil. It's from 1978, and it's supposed to be about a haunted house, and that's all I know about this thing. So yeah, I'm going to go into this blindly, and I'm going to check back with you periodically during the film and let you know what I'm seeing. But right now, let's just check out. Whoa, if I didn't know any better, I'd think this was the opening scene to Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, because that's probably, they could have used footage from this movie seeing as it came before that, but I don't know if the producers would have let them do that, and it probably would have given away important plot points. Anyway, here's more people coming to the haunted house. I'll get back to you in a minute. Looks like we just saw a ghostly apparition in the doorway, or she did. I wonder what haunts this house. They call it the Vargas place. They were also talking about Sam. I think he's the one that got burned at the beginning, so they won't be seeing him anymore. Or they might, but he won't look quite as handsome as he used to. Alright, well, we got some good cast in this movie. We have the late Richard Crenna, who is a really good actor, but we also have Andrew Prine, who is a genre veteran. He's been in a lot of movies that I've seen him in, including Amityville 2 and Grizzly and a few others that I can't name offhand. I think he was in The Town That Dreaded Sundown, I don't know. But it looks like this couple has just purchased this Vargas house. It looks more like it's a hotel or something more than a house or even a mansion. So I guess I haven't figured out what they bought it for yet, if they're moving in or if they're trying to run the business, but I guess I'm about to find out when they go in. But something's haunting the place. Now that was a pretty impressive special effect. The statue on the wall, if you can see it. Yeah, that's pretty freaky. Oh no. If I've said it before, I've said it again. Never let anything happen to the poor dog. I mean, really. The dog is all by himself in here, and you just know something is getting ready to happen because he knows something's not right. He knows something's buried in the ground. Please don't let anything happen to the dog. Once again, we have the typical slasher movie Joker. So, yeah, jump scares really started to become a thing back in the late 1970s after Carrie came out, so oh boy. I'm thinking this is supposed to be a halfway house. I'm not sure. Well, they just found the maintenance guy. Now I think they realize that something's not right in this house and they better get out now. Well, clearly, whatever secret about this place is in the ground, in the cellar, and now it's just unearthed itself, and oh boy. Yeah, now the shit's hitting the fan. Oh wow, that was really badass. I mean, there's nothing subtle about this haunted house movie. Everything is... About time somebody slapped her. It's the only way to handle hysteria. Okay, now this evil entity is molesting this poor girl who's in this room all by herself. He apparently has locked her in and has ripped all of her clothes off, and now she's like struggling. Oh, wow. Oh. I hope they get up there to help her right away. Man, that is a huge flight of stairs they have to climb. Do they even know what room she's in? This place is huge. Oh, they found her. Oh! Oh, I cannot believe he just did that with a power saw. That was just totally, like, unexpected right there. Wow. Oh man, this movie is actually getting pretty good. Wow, I think for 1978, this ghost special effect that I was looking at just now is just really, really good. It's exceptionally good. And I think this movie is a bit underappreciated now that it's like totally obscure and all, because so far, this thing is pretty impressive. Okay, well, it looks like this one guy made it out of the house, but I'm wondering what's the catch. Yes, I see you're free. But just how far is he going to make it? That's the question. There's always a catch. Well, now it looks like these two remaining characters have fallen into whatever pit they unleashed this evil from, hence the title. And I guess they're trying to figure out like how to get it back in there, because nobody's gonna get out of this house alive. It's already killed just about everybody else there. So are they gonna be able to trap it? Are they going to be able to get out of the house? The plot thickens, and I don't even know what's gonna happen. So. Okay, well, this movie has taken an interesting turn. I don't want to show you what happens because I don't want to spoil it, but this is the climax of the film, and right now it's reminding me of what The Matrix would be like if it was made in the 70s. Because what I'm looking at makes me think of that professor or engineer or whatever that was in The Matrix Reloaded. Well, that was the evil, and, well, that was different, especially for 1970s standards. Let me stop this real fast. Let me see here. Alright. Thoughts and feelings about it. Well, I didn't care for that ending too much. It just didn't quite gel with me, okay? I mean, it wasn't anticlimactic or anything, but it seemed kind of, well, it didn't quite fit. It's hard for me to put my finger on. Otherwise, most of the way through, this is a pretty decent haunted house movie that at first I thought went along really well along the lines with films that were, like haunted house films that were really big at that time, or obscure haunted house movies that were creepy, like The Changeling or The Legend of Hell House or The Amityville Horror. This was still back when horror movies were trying to be more serious, not as comedic as the ones that were to come out in the 80s. This one had some pretty It had some pretty unexpected moments. It did have its points of annoying jump scares, which I know is commonplace for most horror movies now. And apparently, they've been doing the whole overdoing the whole jump scare thing into the ground since the late '70s. But the story is pretty. I'd say the story is pretty good. The writing is like decent. The dialogue works. The characters, you kind of care about them. The movie is not as nearly as predictable as I thought. It does kind of run the gamut of a slasher film with a supernatural villain involved. Other than that, acting was very good. Richard Crenna and Andrew Prine gave some of the best performances in the movie, and then some of the other actors, I don't really see their names. I didn't really recognize anybody else that was in this movie. I don't think they really went on to do anything else, but acting was pretty decent. Special effects were pretty phenomenal for the time this film was released. I wasn't expecting to see as much as I did, but they had really good special effects, set pieces. The house was just massive looking. It looked more like it was originally intended to be a hotel because there was a ballroom and everything. Let me think if there's anything else. Costume designs, well, it's not a costume epic, but it was the 70s, so everything looks very 70s. Lighting was pretty decent. Everything was pretty easy to follow for the most part. So, yeah, I could definitely recommend The Evil if you are a fan. It's definitely worth one showing, at least. If you are a fan of 70s horror, this is definitely one that's worth checking out. If you can get past the ending that kind of... I don't think I could really buy that ending, like what the evil spirit that was unleashed turned out to be at the end of the movie. And I don't want to give away spoilers in case you want to watch this thing and find out. But it is on YouTube, so check it out. And I think that's it. So this is Billy Wildman signing off. Oh, and if you want to, in the future, see me do reviews or reaction videos to any other movies, and you have particular ones in mind that you want me to try out, just leave a comment below and give me a title, and that's about it. Thank you, and have a happy Halloween.